Howdy friends, welcome back to the Forest Friend YouTube channel. I'm excited you could be here today for a special episode. We're actually coming to you from outside of Estes Park, Colorado. It's Hermit's Hollow Campground, and this is like kind of right outside Rocky Mountain National Park. But yeah, I'm here in Colorado on a family trip, and my sister and cousins are actually joining me camping tonight. It's 5 o'clock right now. We have about 2 hours until sun goes down. So I'm gonna get started getting my tent set up. All right, so we got tent set up, and then I'm excited to share with y'all. Got a new Nemo Tensor all season ultralight sleeping pad. It's member days at REI right now, so I ended up getting this like $100 off. Excited to try this out tonight. All right, time to get a fire started. So for dinner tonight, we've got some chicken sausages, and we're gonna do some peppers and onions as well with them. So let's go ahead and get those peppers and onions on. Yeah, it's a lot of onion. We're also cooking before these coals are really ready, but we're hungry, so we're just gonna try to get it going. All right, so it's been like 10 minutes or so, and these things are just barely getting warm. This fire pit is really deep, and so it's just like not near hot enough up here. So I think what we need to do is just build a big old fire. We've got a good amount of wood, so we can kind of afford to get crazy with it. The only thing that scares me a little bit is how windy it is, but knock on wood, so far it's been really calm. Hopefully it stays like that. Just building kind of like a little log cabin here almost. And that should get super hot. That's more like it. All right, I reckon these are done. All right, let's take a look at the chicken sausages we got tonight. Up first, roasted garlic and Gruyere cheese. Not sure if I'm saying that right. And we've got our roasted red pepper and garlic, so keeping with the garlic theme. And then with our last one, we get a little bit crazy. We've got Jack Daniel's chicken apple smoked sausage. So that will be interesting. Almost feels a little bit more breakfasty, but we're having it for dinner. And to cook our chicken sausages, we've got this fun instrument. Always sanitizing first. All right, we're starting off with our garlic Gruyere. So it looks like our Jack Daniel's. And then rounding it out with the garlic red pepper. Let's toss these babies on. All right, so we'll see how they do at this height. All right, we'll just plop our last ones onto the pan so we're cooking everything at once. All right, let's go ahead and check and see if it's time to flip these. Oh yeah, maybe past time. Those middle guys got it pretty good. Let's get to know they're cooking. We're gonna go ahead and start toasting some of these buns. All right, these babies are whistling. I think we're ready to come off. All right, time to take a look at the full spread here. We've got our toasted sourdough buns, chicken sausages. We've got Miss Vicky's spicy dill pickle, malt vinegar and sea salt, and then classic Doritos. Got spicy mustard, ketchup, hot sauce, peppers and onions. It's looking yummy. All right, so this is what we're working with. We've got our roasted garlic Gruyere chicken sausage. Got the peppers and onions. We've got crumbled spicy dill pickle, potato chips on top. We've got a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of a spicy mustard. So let's give this a taste test. It's a little bit of a step up from the Campbell's soup on the last trip. It's really good. And the flavors mix well together. For dessert, we're trying something a little different. We've got that same fun tool, this time lined with some foil, and inside we've got some Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies. So we will see how this turns out. Should be interesting. All right, so what we've done is just push all the coals to one side, and we're gonna try to fit this whole contraption in here. Those coals are gonna be really hot. I'm feeling these cookies are gonna cook pretty quick. But we'll see how this goes. All right, it's been like 3 minutes. These are already steaming. I think we're gonna take them out. Let's take a look. It's a moment of truth. I can smell some burnt. That's something. That's exactly how I like them. So I was anticipating that the cookies might not go super smoothly, and we brought these chocolate covered almonds in addition. All right, it is almost 9 p.m. now. Wind has died down a little bit, but it was howling there for a minute. Fire's almost out. It's getting a little chilly. I think we're all tired as well, so we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. I will check back in with y'all in the morning. Hopefully we get some good sleep and stay warm tonight.
Good morning, y'all. It is just about 7 o'clock. Didn't sleep the best. I'm not really sure why, because I felt comfortable. I think maybe I was just a little bit chilled. It did get kind of cold last night. It's so peaceful here now. Really, really nice to wake up to this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the fire going. So this morning, instead of instant coffee, we've got some coffee that we brewed yesterday. All right, so now that our coffee's on there, heating up, we can kind of take a minute and just check in with ourselves. Last time we talked about the first steps in kind of being more in touch with our emotions. And step one was being able to recognize what emotions we're feeling. And then step two was being able to create a little bit of space in our minds between that emotion and kind of our greater sense of self. And today we're actually going to talk about some strategies to implementing these steps. And so starting off with step one, identifying your emotions, how you're feeling. This may sound kind of straightforward, sound simple, and sometimes it is, right? But sometimes it can be a bit more complicated and a bit more challenging. The good news is there's actually an app that works really well for helping to kind of zero in on the exact emotions that we're feeling. It's called the How We Feel app. It's free to download. It gives you like a grid, and you can select, okay, I'm feeling high energy, pleasant emotion. I'm feeling a high energy, unpleasant emotion, low energy, pleasant emotion, low energy, unpleasant emotion. And then once you've selected between one of those four options, it then gives you like a whole array of specific emotions that you might be feeling. So for high energy, negative, it might have anxious, might have tense, might have stress, and then you can kind of sort through all these specific adjectives until you find the one that's most accurately describing how you're feeling. You can do this however many times a day that you want. I try to do it twice a day. I'm definitely not perfect, but the cool thing is if you develop a habit of doing this, then over time you can come back and see like patterns. So you can see like weekday mornings I'm always feeling stressed, or in the afternoons I'm feeling relaxed. All right, and now on to step two. So when I say creating some space between emotions and our sense of self, what I really mean by that is changing the way that we kind of relate to our emotions. So the goal here is to develop a more observant, neutral approach. A lot of times, especially when we're feeling uncomfortable emotions, our initial response is just to suppress that uncomfortable feeling. Anything we can do to just kind of stop feeling the way that we're feeling. Beyond just suppressing our emotions, we tend to develop somewhat of secondary emotions to the primary emotion that we're feeling. So say that we're feeling anxious, and then now we're getting frustrated because why am I feeling anxious? You know, these secondary emotions really don't help us a lot dealing with our primary emotion, and instead they kind of just perpetuate this cycle and keep that grip of the primary emotion really strong. And so instead, we practice welcoming in that primary emotion. I'm feeling anxious, it's uncomfortable, I don't like feeling like this, but I'm gonna be kind to myself. I'm going to welcome the fact that in this moment, for whatever reason, I'm feeling anxious, and that's okay, that's a human emotion. Over time, you keep practicing this welcoming, this acceptance, you start to notice that these emotions don't have quite as strong a grip on you as they once did, and you're able then to take a step back, that space I'm talking about, and respond to situations in a much more productive way for myself and usually for people around you as well. But how in practice do I actually shift from trying to suppress negative emotions to this more welcoming approach? Well, this can look different for different people. For me, I try to incorporate this through meditation. Specifically, I like the Headspace app, which offers guided meditations, anywhere from like 5 to 20 minute sessions. And if you don't like Headspace or it's too expensive, there's other meditation apps. And I should add, if it's not obviously apparent, I'm not sponsored by Headspace or How We Feel. You probably figured that out by the 26 subscribers that I have. But these are just apps that I have used in my own personal life and found benefit from.
and I feel like I want to share with you as possible tools. Anyway, that's about everything I had to share with y'all today. I think my coffee is probably ready at this point, so let's go ahead and check on that. Today for our creamer, we have vanilla pistachio milk. This was purchased by my sister and cousins. So for breakfast, we've got bagels again. We didn't learn our lesson from last time. All right, we're getting much better results this time around. Little tick crawling on me. The good news about ticks is that they have to be like latched onto you for like 24 hours at least before they can transmit Lyme or ehrlichiosis, any of that stuff. So after this, we'll just check ourselves and make sure we don't have any ticks hiding anywhere else. All right, so we were gonna get started getting packed up. Everyone's a little bit freaked out after that tick sighting, so we're gonna go home and check ourselves. But thank you so much for being here. This was obviously a bit more of a chill camping experience than the last one. Hopefully still enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave comments. Also, special thanks to my sister and all my cousins for allowing me to kind of hijack our family camp out and film a lot of it. And thank you to them for filming a lot of these cool shots that you see. We will see you again next time we're camping. Take care.